Hi everyone, my name is Maddie Peracca, and today I'm going to be doing my presentation on apprenticeships. And the population I'm going to be focusing on are high school seniors who graduate and do not want to go to a four-year college. So let me get started and share my screen. So this is my first year working as the college and career counselor at Castro Valley High. And so I do work with a lot of our seniors. And one of the main areas that we've been lacking is that we don't do a lot of workshops on apprenticeship. And so once I heard about this assignment, I knew that this is something I wanted to put together because it will be a benefit for our website, also for the College and Career Center for Castro Valley High. And then also something that we can present to students. I chose this population because I find that a lot of students who don't want to go to the traditional four-year college route, a lot of times they aren't having parent support in their lives for whatever reason, or maybe it could be because maybe they're an EL student and they're newer to the country and maybe their parent doesn't speak English and isn't sure how to navigate the college process. We might see somebody on the spectrum, or maybe somebody who has struggled with some mental health issues over the years. Sometimes students know by the time they're about to graduate that school's not going to be for them. And so how would I counsel those students as a college and career counselor is really what I've been thinking about a lot this semester as I've taken on the role. So with that being said, I want to present some information on apprenticeships that I've gathered together, and then also kind of discuss how I would go about kind of sharing that with students. All right, so apprenticeships and halfway to the trades. So apprenticeships combine paid on-the-job training with classroom instruction. And they prepare workers for a lot of hands-on skilled jobs. So workers benefit from apprenticeships by receiving a skills-based education, and that prepares them for the labor market. And the reason I like to suggest these types of jobs to students is because they don't require a lot of schooling, and a lot of times the student will be able to get right into the field and start earning money, which is positive because a lot of these students do feel that they do need to get into the workforce right away in order to give back to their families, in order to be successful, or whatever the case may be. So there's a few differences between an apprenticeship and an internship. So someone who has agreed to work for a skilled person for a particular period of time in order to learn that person's skills. Okay. So an apprenticeship lasts for a longer period of time than an internship. It usually includes like a structured training plan, and is very career focused. So that's something that apprenticeships do tend to focus on, is really, again, teaching a student those skills so that they can master them with repetition, with learning, they can make those network connections, and then again, be able to integrate themselves directly into the workforce. They will also receive individualized training with an experienced mentor. So an apprenticeship really does have that direct support, those network connections built right in. And then again, either could lead to full-time employment, but again, when you're an apprentice, a lot of times you are kind of already working there in a sense. And so a lot of times those lead to direct employment. So there's several different types of apprenticeships. Here's a couple of them down below. Pre-apprenticeships are designed for high school students. And so a lot of times we'll introduce our high school students to pre-apprenticeships if they might be interested in a specific skill or trade. A lot of times pre-apprenticeships are very specific in what they cover because a student will be a minor when they're doing that apprenticeship. So it doesn't have as much of the heavy lifting as some of our post-graduation internships do. But again, the student is getting that experience. They're getting the network connections. And they're doing a lot more job shadowing and able to kind of get those skills under their belts. And then there's trade apprenticeships that are affiliated with specific trade unions. And so if I was counseling a student who was interested in the trades, I would definitely want to introduce them to the different resources where they can look up what's available to them in the Bay Area, whether that's in terms of becoming a member of a local union or enrolling in a certificate program through like a local community college. Which brings me to the bottom one, the community college apprenticeships. So many community college offer apprenticeship programs, and they also offer what's similar called a certificate program. Certificate programs are generally one-year programs that allow students to get a lot of skills needed to get directly into a specific field. So community colleges do offer one-year certificates in many trades, but then again, there are also apprenticeship opportunities in terms of working directly with the union. Through a community college as well. So again, many different options for students. Applying for apprenticeships, we usually help students on a case-by-case basis. Again, students who skip out on and decide not to go, to college right away, either taking a gap year or decide the college route is not for them at all, is pretty rare at Castro Valley High School. But again, we're seeing it more and more. And so that's another reason I really wanted to create this material, because it's so needed in our schools. And also the trades are dying. And so I really try to open up that kind of world for students who might be interested in, they really want to make money, they want to be successful, but for whatever reason, college, they've kind of, decided either something they're not interested in learning about because they've never learned about it, they didn't have the family support, or maybe they do, but they just don't feel like being in a classroom has been a great experience for them. They do want to be successful, they want to be career people. And so in the College and Career Center, we will have students come and work on apprenticeship applications. And we always let students know that they're really competitive and can be technically demanding. We also do have CTE courses offered at our school, so career tech education, that students will work in to kind of get interested in some fields, and that might help lead them to other opportunities also. And then these are just some trade apprenticeships, some local unions. I have the links on there. Again, sometimes you really have to go where the training is. A lot of the unions and the community college apprenticeships are in a certain area, and so students have to be willing to travel, potentially willing to move after graduation, or maybe they want to look at trades that are offered in the Bay Area, or trade apprenticeships that are offered in the Bay Area. So I'm just going to go through these really quickly. So this is just some things I put together for a lot of our students who are really interested in things like, for instance, tattoo apprenticeships. A lot of our students are interested in hairstylists and going to cosmetology school. So that's another area we do get a lot of student interest. There's cosmetology. So yeah, I tried to put together slides that focus really on areas that we're seeing students be interested in. Dentistry has several apprenticeships, also a lot of great community college programs. For instance, Chabot College has an excellent dentistry program. Music, obviously, I was a musician before switching careers to counseling, so having gigs and being able to know where you can teach lessons and kind of make money as you're learning, as you're training, can be really valuable. And then of course, health, hospitality, and then finally finishing up with some links to community college apprenticeships. Again, a little bit different than going that traditional union route, just applying. Chabot College has a lot of great programs. For instance, they have an excellent welding program that is very competitive, that offers a one-year certificate as well as a two-year program. So that's kind of where I would start with students. So that's kind of my PowerPoint, but I wanted to go into just a little bit of how I might assist a student who maybe gets a gig or is going on a job interview and is going to need that support. So since I'm in college and careers, I almost always direct students who are about to graduate to go to our website and check out some of the opportunities. So I'm going to share my screen one more time. All right, just 1 second. Now this is the real world right here, not being able to pull up what you want to pull up. All right, cool. And then I will share. Sometimes you gotta work around. Okay, so here's the College and Career Center website. And so I have students Google CVHS College and Career, take them to our website, and then I take them to Careers, Jobs, and More. That's usually where I start. And some of the best resources are here at the top. Again, I have a resume writing template passed down from our old college and career counselor at the high school with tips and instructions. These are some PowerPoints that I've put together. Me and another college and career technician, over the years that we've worked here, we built several PowerPoints about job searching, resume writing. We also have some career workshops that we recorded because we hosted on Zoom over COVID. So we have some career speakers. So again, a lot of different things to check out. So I might use these resources to help students with resume and interview skills. And then our jobs for our students. We also have job postings. Again, if the student's not necessarily interested in the trades or apprenticeship, maybe they just want to work down the road at a local, grocery store or food court at the mall. We also have a jobs doc that we update for Castro Valley area for the students. A lot of them are for places in Dublin, San Leandro, and many in Castro Village, where a lot of our students end up working. So that would be how I would support students. Again, getting them started with a resume and just feeling confident that they have everything they need to start looking. And again, just figuring out what's important to the student. Like, is moving for work a possibility for them? That cuts out a lot of things if it's not. Their interests. Are they flexible with their interests? And so these are things that I always try to consider as well when I'm career counseling my seniors. Actually, the ones that are very convinced they're not interested in the four-year college route. And so again, the community colleges also have really excellent certificate programs in auto and welding and HVAC, plumbing, pipe fitting, electrician. So there's so many things out there. And so I just, encourage your students to look into other opportunities. And I think the most important thing I would say, and to close with this, make sure that your students understand that they can be successful without college. And not just in a financial sense, because yes, my plumber who didn't go to a four-year college is definitely making at least 4 times more than me as a college and career counselor. So, there's no bitterness, and I'm on my 2nd master's degree. And so I get that it's not for everyone. We're all in different boats, but also they don't need it to be personally successful. And I think a lot of people feel like you need that 4-year degree to feel successful personally, especially in this country and what we, see as equivalent for ourselves. And so just encourage your students that they can be successful in whatever that looks like for their lives. All right, I'll get off my soapbox now. All right, thanks guys.